about Quiana and Demadric and Jawalia. Jawalia ended up posting on her Facebook page, and she said everyone keeps saying that me and Quiana need to be sister wives. The whole time, I want to be him on her tab. And someone said, this is all I see when you talk. Demadric is still effing me, and he's going to keep coming over in the middle of the night. You would be mad too if his other kids came around. And Jawalia responded and she said, we still effing? You want me to say it again? And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what is the flex here? The real flex would be if she said she was no longer messing with him. Like, then after she posted that, hours later, she suddenly posted, here, now go talk about this. He's so sweet to me. And she posted like a screenshot of what appears to be a FaceTime call she's having with this man. So she's all over the place. Jawalia, 1 minute says she's still hooking up with Demadric. The next, she's got this man. The next minute, she's on live with wigs on top of wigs. In this last episode, Jawalia was grilling Demadric, showing him video footage she had of him out front of her house the same exact night that her car was damaged. She's sitting there grilling him, and she's like, so what the hell is this? What were you doing? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she's like, see, I'm not going to pull no charges because you want to sit here and play dumb. And I mean, I feel like even if Demadric or Quiana did do it, they still want to admit to it. But she's trying to get him to admit to it. And I kind of feel like that's kind of out of pocket because at first she's like, oh, just pay me back and things are going to be fine or we'll see about it. Then he pays her back and it's like she's shifting the goalposts and I don't like that. And now she wants to sit down and talk to Quiana and she wants Quiana to admit that she actually did it before she'll even consider dropping the charges. But I think in reality, she just wants to meet up with Quiana so she can tell Quiana face to face, yeah, me and Demadric been effing, because she thinks that Demadric's probably lying to her and telling her that he hasn't been seeing her when he indeed has. Jawalia was driving around going on about how Quiana needs to stop being mad at her because it's Demadric who's the issue. And I will agree that Demadric is the issue, but at the end of the day, he keeps coming back because Jawalia has not set those boundaries and she keeps allowing it to happen. She has to start taking some accountability for the part she plays in this too, instead of just trying to put it all into Demadric. And then next thing you know, Jawalia gets pulled over, and I guess she got in trouble a while back. She had to serve some time in jail, and I guess I don't know, the officer was asking her about like some unpaid fines or something, but I guess she had expired license plates, so she got a couple of tickets for that. Jawalia's just having a bad day altogether because as soon as she's done dealing with that, she pulls up at her house and she's not even at her house for a few seconds before she's approached by Quiana's lawyer who wants to talk to her about some things. And Jawalia was like, okay, but you're not going to come to my house. I'll sit outside and talk to you, which I think was a smart move. I wouldn't want some lawyer from the other side coming up in my house off guard with like no announcement whatsoever. And so they sit down and they talk, and he's like, well, I just want to get to the bottom of things. So you are saying Quiana did this, but Quiana doesn't have a criminal history. What's your criminal history? And Jawalia said, I just have some traffic tickets. And she did have traffic tickets back in 2014, and back in April of 2023 on 4/20, she was arrested for tampering and fabricating physical evidence with intent to impair possession of a controlled substance. And at first I'm like, okay, maybe this was marijuana, but she has a whole separate charge for possession of marijuana, which was less than 2 ounces. Then she had possession of a controlled substance. She had less than a gram. And then she had no seatbelt and no driver's license. And she said her license was revoked. And I don't think it's fair to say just because she's had charges in her past that automatically makes her less truthful, because Quiana could very well have been involved. I'm almost starting to wonder if Demadric like had somebody else do it. Or I do think there is a chance that Jawalia might have done it herself. At first, I was like dead set that Quiana did it. But the more time goes on, and like I've seen some of Joella's behavior like on social media and on the show, I'm like starting to wonder, because at first she acted like it was just the tires that were damaged, but in this episode she's like, well, Joella's gonna, or not, she's like, Quiana's gonna have to sit down, she's gonna have to admit to it, she's gonna have to apologize, and she's also gonna have to fix all my business stuff and replace that. And I never heard about this business stuff at first when she was telling Demadric about the damage. First it was just the tires. Why didn't she bring up the business stuff then? It's like the longer this goes on, the higher the value of damage. It just goes up higher and higher. Then the detective asked her to do a lie detector test, and she's like, well, what is this lie detector test going to do? And he's like, well, see if you're being honest. And she's like, well, you're not going to have me trip up over myself for Quiana. And that did kind of make her sound a little suspect. But if that was her, I'd just be like, look, if you want me to do all this, then you need to have Quiana and Demadric take a lie detector too. There's no way I'm going to be the only one taking it, and then we can see and compare the results and make sure that this is actually legit. Let's not hire the lie detector guy, though, that does all the lie detector tests in Hollywood, because he's been proven to not be fully correct. There's been YouTubers that came out and said, oh, this guy, we told him to say this or, you know, agree with certain answers, and he did. I'm pretty sure that's the same lie detector guy they got for Shane and Lacey, too. I mean, I would love to see a lie detector test. I mean, I think that's the next direction the storyline should go, since they don't really have any other evidence. And the lawyer was trying to talk Quiana and is signing, not Quiana, I always get them mixed up, I'm sorry, was trying to talk Joella into signing this paper where she'll just agree to drop the charges. And at this point, I almost would just think that probably would be the best bet. Demadric's paid her money. I think Quiana got scared and realized that Joella's not playing around, as she did do this, and that she'll go to the cops if that happens again. Joella was kind of throwing me off the way she was acting when the lawyer showed up at her house, and just with how she was responding to some of the questions. But honestly, Quiana, Demadric, and Joella are all a little sketch. And Joella is all on Facebook, and she's like, bitches will see your situation and be like, it could never be me. Absolutely right, it could never be you. You suck. God wouldn't put your weak ass in my position because you aren't built for it. Even in this position, I'm still shitting on you. Now mind your business. Oh my gosh, I think these are just statuses she tells herself to help herself cope at night. But that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.